What's up, guys, and welcome back to Worlds Asunder. And by that I mean welcome back to us, because we've been gone for so long. And thank you to those of you who are listening to this episode now, I don't know how many months later since our last episode aired. We have had a handful, was it 4 months ago? Yeah, 4 months ago. We've had quite a 4-month gap here. Isn't that right, Haley?
I mean, I was here the whole time. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I've changed her to that desk. She's not allowed to leave. Primarily because she has other things she has to work on besides this podcast. But no, it's as always, I'm Shady David Shadoyan, and with me is Haley H.Y. Gregor. So we have some news, and I think I mentioned it a little bit on an Instagram post. It'll be probably 2 weeks ago by the time this episode airs. So Worlds Asunder is coming back. However, we are no longer under the Book Career Network umbrella. So thank you to Nick Thacker and Book Career Network for the wonderful opportunity to get this podcast off the ground. We really enjoyed being able to kind of just turn in our stuff and let him handle it. Unfortunately, Book Career Network as a whole, it's not just us, has shut down. So I wouldn't expect to see
just
anything
the podcast.
more. Yeah, just the podcast.
Just the podcast. Book Career Network is flourishing.
Book Career in a year is doing really well. The Book Career Network of podcasts is no more.
There we go.
Yeah. So Book Career in a year is still going. Nick Thacker's really making a run on it, doing a lot of things with it. Just did not have the kind of the buy-in or the brain bites to continue to make that work. So we are now on our own, off in the wild.
Unsupervised,
yeah. And we report to no man or women, just to ourselves, which is real unfortunate, although Haley's internally celebrating because it means she can make all the rules and break all the rules she wants to.
Here for it.
But Haley, why don't you tell them, what does that mean for what's some of our plans for the content coming forward?
All kinds of things. To start, as of right now, we were just counting. I think we have 3 interviewees, technically 4, 3 sets of interviews that we haven't aired yet that are pre-recorded, ready to go. So we have a couple of really cool genre things, and we have a great episode where we spoke with Jake Clark of JK Lib Designs about covers. So he has a whole spiel about that, and we'll make sure we get the video up so you guys can see. He's got a great presentation. And then we have a Lit RPG Progression Fantasy episode with John and Shami Stovall. And one more, excuse me. All right, one more coming out with Griffin Barber, who is actually recently an editor at Baen Books. So we're really looking forward to putting those out there for you guys.
So yeah, we have those unaired episodes. We also have the second half of the World Craft Club episode that we never aired.
Correct.
The full episode was
re-air.
Yeah. So we'll re-air the first one, tag on the second one. And for those who were following along and caught our posts right about the time that we got cut off, World Craft Club aired the full episode all in one shot on YouTube. So if you've gone and watched it there, great. That's awesome. They're lovely to work with. Just lovely to talk to too. But yeah, so expect that those episodes will slowly make their way out in the world. What this also means is that all of the episodes, if for those of you longtime listeners who were there at the beginning, remember we had videos that we were airing, and they swiftly went away about 3 or 4 interviews in, and it was only 6 total episodes, so 3 interviews, 3 full interviews in. all of them have videos. So we will slowly be pulling from our backlog, our catalog, partially to make sure that we put everything under the same umbrella so it's findable by everybody. But also so that way we can release the video that hasn't been released. So when you hear all of the gags that we're making or discussing, you'll finally be able to see what we mean in, living color on YouTube. That's where we aim to post. We're going to try and post everywhere that we used to post. The only one that we may no longer go to is Podbean. But that is up for debate right now on what we're going to use to help us reach all the feeds. So while you could still catch all of Book Career Network's podcasts that have already aired in all the places, we're going to re-air a lot of those episodes slowly but surely. The other thing that's going to change slightly is that we are going to back off on the amounts, or kind of on the release schedule a little bit. We're only going to release an episode every other week at best. And that's the plan, is every other week. Partially because we both realized that trying to do every week was kind of eating into our writing time. And so we're not producing actual books and content, for our fans. And I know plenty of you on here, plenty of you who are listening, who are authors, understand like, hey, if you want to make money being an author, you got to produce content, and not just this kind of stuff, but actual readable or audioable book content. Speaking of, Haley just recently had a really cool thing happen. Her audiobook for Reka's Grasp dropped. So that's pretty cool.
So if you're not a natural podcast listener and you prefer audiobooks, go check out Reka's Grasp, H.Y. Gregor on Audible. The narrator is phenomenal. He did great. So I'm really excited for people to hear it.
Yeah. So there's my shameless plug of Haley's most recent accomplishment / release.
This is why I keep you.
Yeah, that's exactly why. It has nothing to do with my wonderful Instagram posts or my dashing
That's still promoting
good
me.
looks and my charming wit. Yeah. All right. So that's this podcast. As far as new content goes, Haley, would you like to tell them more or tease them a little bit with what we have planned ahead?
A little. So continuation of us being unsupervised, we are going to expand things a little bit. So in the future, we will probably still have world building content. There are a couple of genres and things that we haven't hit yet that we still want to, but we would like to start looking at different venues or different topics that are still related and bringing on possibly some of our past guests to talk about things that they've suggested to us. So we will have things that are a little sillier. Probably we want to do some panel episodes where we bring a couple of different people on to possibly get a little bit more chaotic with some of the things, but we have some challenges that we might be issuing. We're going to probably talk a little bit about author mental health, those kinds of like sustainable habits. I think that hits most of it. We're going to make it up as we go. It's going to be fun.
Should be good. And we have some different ideas on how we're going to do some of these different things. And I've got some different technical ideas to see if certain things will work. So bear with us as we test some of those out. On top of that, so Worlds Asunder is no longer just going to be the name of the podcast. It's also the kind of the name of what Haley and I going forward are kind of calling our little corner of the world. So underneath Worlds Asunder, I'll be introducing a new podcast, really more of like a video entertainment cast, that I am currently calling Shit Authors Do. And I'm going to bleep out that word probably, but we'll see.
I thought it was who the are we? No.
Damn it. I'm going to have to go back and edit it. Yeah, it's the Who the Are We podcast. Or video cast. Anyway, I'm going to slowly start releasing episodes of that. So sometimes in between the author-centric podcasts of how to do the craft and how to world build, we're going to jump into some more fan service stuff, showing off what our different friends who are authors do in their free time, and show you how we like to have fun, different kinds of ways, different styles. Should be fun. Should be highly entertaining. We've got a few episodes of that recorded already. I think I can manage at least 5 already, but we'll see. But those will slowly start to come out as well. Yeah, expect to see potentially a few other changes, and we will announce those as they occur. But there's a lot planned. We have, well, in the last 4 months, we've lost a few projects. We've also found some new projects. So expect those to start making their way into some of the work that we're doing here. So, including the board that I'm going to have to blur out for this particular episode on Haley's right screen.
It's fine.
Left.
That's backwards.
Yeah. Because that is, I think that's appeared in maybe 1 or 2 episodes now. But that is starting to come to the forefront of our projects. So should be fun. What else? What am I missing?
We're going to get a website up and rolling eventually.
That was one of the changes I was referring to.
Everything.
I wasn't sure if I wanted to put the pressure on you for that. But
I got you.
Yeah.
So that's in the works. Don't expect it anytime soon, but we'll let you guys know. We will put all of our episodes up, and you can find more stuff about us and more about the guests that we have on and everything else. So we're excited to spotlight some of that.
And there'll be a kind of a contact, or I'm thinking we put a blog board up instead of a contact us page.
Now maybe like that you shouldn't have committed me to. Internet
chat boards. So that way people can tell us what they think and if they want to see more of different kinds of things. We will have a way, essentially an advice jar or a wants or wishes jar. So that way, if there's things you want to see, you can let us know. For now, though, go to some of our old episodes, comment on old episodes, or go to either of our websites and hit us up there.
Yeah, contact information there. What you think. Find us on Facebook, Instagram. We're easy to find.
Cool. It's real exciting. Should be fun. We'll have a good time. We hope that those of you who followed us during Book Career Network will continue to follow us here and spread the word. Let people know we are back. Unfortunately for the rest of the world.
We can also promise with the return of video for there to be increased Siberian Husky puppy content. So if you're here for that particular corner of the internet, we do have 2 dogs that we fully intend on using to draw subscribers. So
for sure. And because one of them we got brand new shortly after we got cut off. So we have a new puppy that hasn't appeared in any of these videos yet. But
shameless promotion there.
Yeah. What's the word I'm looking for there? Yeah, I'll remember it after the cast. Yeah. Anyway, I think that's it. See, I say that, but there's something nagging at me that I've forgotten to say, and I don't remember what it is. That's all right. Thank you all once again for joining us on this journey. Hopefully we'll see you around. So this will post on a Tuesday. Oh, that's the other thing. I don't plan on changing the release schedule from Tuesdays, at least for the author stuff, because that's where everybody got used to seeing us. It's a good day of the week to do. It gives you the rest of the business days if you're commuting, whatever else to listen. So you'll see this one release here next Tuesday, which is the...
To be clear, when this releases, it will be today, Tuesday.
Yeah, it will be today, Tuesday. But I'm trying to remember what the date's going to be, and I can't think of it off the top of my head. I believe it's the 20th, because yeah. So if you're listening to this, it's probably the 20th of May, or sometime thereafter, and you can expect another podcast 2 weeks later, and it will be the return of the World Craft Club episodes, so we can get through the rest of the new stuff. We won't release new stuff every time. It'll be kind of intermixed with as we release some of the old videos. So that way we can get the backlog out. And I may or may not, and I'll let you know when we do release the new videos, how I'm going to release some of the backlog stuff, because that stuff's already edited. It's already done. Not going to change a whole lot out of it. The main thing will be trying to figure out what the best release schedule for all that is as we record new stuff. So that way we stay relevant and you're not listening to all the old stuff for no reason. And now I'm just rambling.
To be clear though, yeah, re-listen to the old stuff because it's good, and the refreshers are never a bad thing. We've had some awesome guests, and it's been a lot of fun. So
yeah, and the more you show us that you like their episodes, the more they're incentivized to come back. Because that's telling them that they're doing good for the world.
Because they're not coming to talk to us.
Yeah, they definitely, like, as much as most of our guests are friends of ours and they enjoy spending time with us, they didn't come onto this podcast to talk to us. They came to talk to all of you. So show them your love. Give everywhere we release a like, comment, subscribe. And that's it. Welcome back, baby. See ya.
Bye.
Hey, that's the end of another episode of Worlds Asunder. Welcome back to everybody. Make sure that you go search us everywhere. The RSS feed should hit pretty much everywhere by the time this episode comes out. You can search it on any of your favorite platforms. You don't have to look up Book Career Network, just search Worlds Asunder. Speaking of, we'd still like to extend our heartfelt thanks to Nick Thacker and Book Career Network for giving us a shot. Sorry we had to part ways, just real unfortunate, but we're glad that we had the chance to work with him and that forum. And look forward to what's to come. As always, go give us a follow on our socials, on our websites, everywhere you can find us. Next time will be the Return of World Craft Club, Cockroaches and Nugs Part 1. I know it's a repeat, but we'd rather not release just the second part. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts. And as always, thanks for helping us tear the worlds asunder. We'll see you next time.